my dear ones, welcome to this Pick a Pile reading or Pick a Deck reading with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. These are previously published as almost personal readings that you can order, and this is free sample so you can see what they are all about. I want you to choose pile intuitively. Take the pile that you're first drawn to. Pile number 1, it's the ANIMA MUNDI Tarot. Pile number 2 is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. And pile number 3 is the Witches Tarot. Choose the one that you think has the most sparkling colors, or the deck that your eyes are immediately catching your eye. And don't overthink it. Take the first one that you choose and go with it and listen to it. You can always choose again and listen to another reading if it didn't resonate, or it resonated maybe with the wrong relationship, not the one that you wanted to hear about, but another one. So you can always listen to one of the others as well and make a new choice when you have gotten the first information. So I hope this helps, and take a little time to pick your deck. So I hope you were able to choose the deck that will contain your reading. And remember, don't overthink it. Take the first one that you're drawn to. A repetition is that the first one to the left is ANIMA MUNDI Tarot. The middle one is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. And the one to the right is the Witches Tarot. What do they feel? What do this person feel for you? Their feelings for you, their intentions, how they view you, how they view your relationship, the next move in the relationship, and it also shows how the relationship will evolve. So when I open your deck here, I see the 9 of Swords together with the High Priestess. So I'm seeing that this person is deeply hurt and probably trying to keep their emotions a secret from you, which of course make you even more curious. Okay, when they maybe refuse to talk to you, or they don't want to talk about that. Okay, so I call the Divine with Love and Light, and here we have the Sun card, which is love and light, with emphasis on love. Sun card is the highest card for love in the Major Arcana. It also shows a person that's enlightened. But what I'm seeing here is that they probably love you a great deal from the bottom of their heart, but they are very pain-ridden by the situation between you two. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we see the 5 of Wands together with the 9 of Swords. So I've seen that there has been a lot of conflict between you two. It's very likely, that you have had different of opinions how the future should look. You might also have been having conflicts of who should be the boss in the relationship, or should we do like this or should we do like this. But it's mostly about the future, maybe not looking the same. You don't have the same future dreams at all times, or the same ideas about what a happy life should look like. So I call the 6 elements, and here we have the Page of Pentacles together with the 9 of Swords. So the Page of Pentacles talks about a new beginning. It also seems like this person is more humble towards you than they were before, at least inside their heart, but it's still a secret. We had the High Priestess there. So pain has in some way tempered them, so that they feel more humbled in front of your love or your relationship. So 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear viewer here that wants to know about what do they feel. So I want to see their intentions, their feelings, their intention, how they view you, how they view your relationship, and their next move when it comes to your relationship. And also I want to see how this relationship will evolve. So I will just tune in here for a few seconds. Okay. So this will be how this relationship will evolve, and we can see it there. And this is their feelings, their intentions, how they view you, how they view your relationship, and their next move in the relationship. So, and we have the 10 of Pentacles here. So I think the issue is about commitment, tribe, loyalty, things like this. Maybe the person wasn't 100% loyal towards you in the past, and I'm feeling as if they are deeply regretting, maybe not keeping their promises, or not enjoying you while you were around, or maybe they took you for granted in some way. There might also have been conflicts about money and future plans. Okay, and this is the relationship evolving, and we have a 3 of Wands. So I think this person longs for reaching out to you. They dream about it, they envision it. What would they say? How would you react? What would happen afterwards? So I think they fantasize a little bit about a commitment with you and to have a relationship with you moving on into the future. So this is their feelings for you. And we have the Queen of Swords, which goes very well with the High Priestess. They are judging you. They think that you did certain things wrong. And this is a protection to not get hurt by you. They're putting themselves in a safe position, acting as if they don't care. We will clarify that a little bit later on. This is their intentions, and we have the Strength card. So it's something that they have decided that they don't want to budge on. They probably have decided to have their back turned against you a little bit, or act as if they don't care, and they want to not budge on this. They want to stay true to this. But the Strength card comes with this 8, so I'm also feeling that they're very drawn and attracted to you, so it makes it a little bit problematic for them to keep this promise to themselves. So I'll take a clarification for their feelings for you, and it's from the Spirit Animal Oracle. This is their feelings. Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. So I get the feeling that they don't want to admit to being wrong, or they don't want to admit to missing you, because they hope that if they are the one that budges the last, then you will have to budge on what it was that you were steadfast in the past. So they hope to win this relationship argument by keeping their head high, by not approaching, not reaching out, even if they dream about this. So they think that if they are able to stay stable and not run after you, you will come after them and they will win. So this is what I'm feeling with this Turtle Spirit. So in time, they are just waiting. They're just counting the days, feeling like you will soon budge and run after them. So this is how they view you, and we have the Hierophant here. So with the Hierophant, they view you as some kind of authority, someone that has authority over them or can decide over their life. That might be the reason to why they have maybe feared giving you more power by, for example, agreeing with you about the future, because then they thought they would be your subject for forever and never be able to decide over their life again. And this is how they view your relationship. And we have the Two of Cups. So I can see they are dreaming about this, dreaming about the times that you have had together, and the time that they hope that you will have together also in the future. It's a very beautiful feeling of really appreciating the relationship, but maybe they appreciate it a little bit too late when it's gone. But I think fear, what was drove them to have a lot of conflict with you and not agreeing with you. The 5 Hierophant here is connected to the 5 of Wands that we saw. So it's really about who will be the boss in this relationship. And they think that if they are able to stay on course and not give in, they will win over you, and you will have to step down from your throne there. So this is their next move in the relationship, and we have a 6 of Coins. So with the 6 of Coins, it's pretty a very beautiful invitation. I think that if you would reach out and budge on certain things, they would probably also try harder to be a better partner to you, because it's not about them wanting to actually win. It's more about them being very scared of losing and what that would mean to their own authority and their ability to decide things for themselves in their own life. They think they would be all consumed by you, and that you would call all the shots for the future. 6 of Pentacles, it kind of says that they feel a little bit like a slave to this relationship. They see a future together with you, and they have plans for the future together with you. It's just that they don't just want it to be your plans. They want this to be some kind of compromise where both wills are being heard, and where both people are getting their needs met. But it's a very nice energy of wanting to be the best they can be for you. They just don't want to sell their soul, kind of, okay? And in the bottom here, we had the 10 of Pentacles, or with the 6 of Pentacles. It's really giving off a family vibe, wanting to reconcile and be, you know, friends with you forever, or family with you forever. Or if this is a relationship that's more professional, it's about that they want a professional future. So moving on to see their next move in the relationship and how the relationship will evolve. We had the 3 of Wands in the bottom here, showing that they would want to reach out. And the Queen of Swords, their feeling is that they don't want to reach out because they want to not be the one giving in. But here with the 3 of Wands and the Knight of Cups, it's probably very likely that they actually will give in and reach out to you. Knight of Cups, 6 of Cups. Maybe you are as stubborn with the Hierophant here. So even if they hoped that they could keep you on an arm's length distance and make you long for them, it seems like they long for you even more. Knight of Cups, 6 of Cups, it shows this person is dreaming a lot about you. They are fantasizing where this situation will go and how things will evolve into the future, and they are very nostalgic about the relationship. And I think they have matured a great deal since previous attempt to have a good relationship. But here we have the Knight of Swords together with Queen of Cups. So it actually looks a little bit like you can be the threat to this relationship, that you have a very dark image of who they are and what they wanted to accomplish and how they treated you. And you have made like an image out of this that blocks you from becoming unified with this person in love. Because you are judging them pretty harshly. Probably just you have, you are justified. But if you want a future with this person, probably lay down your arms. Can discuss a little bit about the future. Maybe there was some real deal breaker, so you can say, if we are going to move on into the future, I want there to be more loyalty, or I want you to be a little bit more available, also emotionally, or whatever was the problem. But if you come in with your battle horse and your armor and your sword, this person will feel even more intimidated by their power than what they did before, and another round of drama will occur. So it would be much better if you you know, stick to your guns in certain things, you know, things that you can't, that's a deal breaker. You can't be in the relationship if these things doesn't change. But be kind of easy to forgive and let things, let some of the old grudges be buried in the past. Okay. Here we have the King of Swords. Here I'm seeing also this other person being pretty suspicious, but they are waiting for the other shoe to drop. If they open up and expose kind of their throat, will you go after their throat and clutch in and suffocate them? So they are also looking for red flags. Both of you are looking for red flags. So this is not a time to up your game and, you know, be really steadfast and hardy with like this and this and this and this and this are my demands. If you want this person, you actually need to negotiate. Both of you are wiser than you were before. You will be looking for bad signs, and of course this will have the effect that it will disrupt the relationship if both people are being kind of cold and callous and just jump on everything that the other person does and have a revengeful reaction to that. It will destroy the relationship. But I think there's a good chance that if you take these warnings from this swords card here, we have the whole family of swords. It's very likely that you could have a new start with this person if that's what you want. If you don't want that, you can, you know, just run with, you know, telling them all the things that they did wrong, give them, you know, flap on, with a hand and send them on their way. And maybe by that you will feel better. I don't know. But if you want a relationship here, you need to be a little bit more open-hearted and vulnerable and put down the battle axe. So with all this swords energy, we can also see that both people are probably going to keep a certain mask on or act like if they don't care. So even if the person comes and cares deeply for you, they might present themselves as something more casual. I just came to because I remember I forgot something at your house, so I just wanted to see how you were, or something more casual that wouldn't expose them to big humility or like being humiliated if they felt that you wouldn't reciprocate their desire here. So I want to see the outcome if you are able to overcome these hurdles with being so cold. Okay. Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. So I'll read this card for you. 38. So, when was the last time you basked in the sun and allowed yourself to daydream, to imagine what might be and who you might become? Lizard Spirit appears when you are called to let your imagination flow and dream something new. I think this is about growing into your own shoes, becoming very grown up, not taking things so personal, not being so touchy-feely. Inspiration is available to you now if you are willing to slow down and let your eyes close a little, allowing ideas to dance in your head, positive ideas about positive relationship, instead of just being so watchful for the negative. What might come into being if you were to pursue your dream? How might you grow and expand if you allow yourself to dare to believe in the impossible, making it possible first in your dreaming mind and then in the world as you co-create with Spirit? Give in to the power of imagination, and soon your dream will become clearer. The steps will reveal themselves, and what was ephemeral will begin to coalesce into form. Dream it and be it. Spirit asks you to dare to dream big. So it's about having hope, and with these swords entities here, there's not much hope. It's a lot of logic, seeing the truth, watching out for red flags. But if you want to go into the next phase of a more happy life, and possibly with this person, you need to open up to the possibilities that things can actually go like it can become all right. It's not never perfect. It will always be challenges, but they can, like, things can become all right. Need time, takes time, it's time, cycles, time to heal, progress. So this relationship won't be fixed like immediately. It won't be like a magic wand like this. But if you can be more hopeful, you know, see red flags and be able to, you know, mention casually that I would prefer if we could have this type of relationship. But less on the authority, less on the threatening to break up, or looking at them as something the cat dragged in, or being very judgmental to them. I think with time, this relationship could possibly heal. So I will see their deepest worries, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. Okay, their deepest worries is to never see you again, or to lose you, or maybe you have moved on with someone else. So they really want to have what they had. And what's that? What can they what's the possibility here? And we have the snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. So this is the little bit problem with both of you. You're very suspicious. They suspect that you will take over and control their life. You suspect that they will run off with someone else. And this negativity comes from previous relationship that you have had, even from childhood, even from past lives, that I put a mark on you and made you very scared for other people, and you're making yourself very small and your problems very big. It's better if you can maybe make this person's, like, their significance in your life a little bit smaller, and your significance in your own life a little bit bigger. I will take a clarification for the snake there. And we have love, unconditional love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. I think it's about what we saw with the lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. You're only dreaming the nightmare, only seeing the bad stuff, only reacting to the bad stuff. It's not about making yourself like putting on pink glasses. See the truth. You know, don't back down from the truth. But don't paint the devil on the wall either. When you do, you will see more of the devil, you know, every day, because you have painted him on the wall. If you paint something beautiful there instead, there will be something beautiful. It's not about becoming naive. It's about allowing for your creative skills to create beautiful relationships by envisioning the good stuff instead of going over the negative stuff over and over again. Dream the world into being, the kind of world you wish to live in, not the kind of world you think you live in, but the world you wish to live in. So it's a delicate balance there between dreaming and being naive. So I don't want you to become naive, but I don't want you to only look for the negative and think about the negative either, because then you will never be free. This is all that you will experience for forever and ever. So I will show you this a little bit from an above perspective. Okay, so what do they feel? So I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. When I open your deck here, I see the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. So I feel like this person has the notion that if you work on yourself individually, you will become happy together. That first you both need to become like independent and be able to love oneself and have a good life to offer, and then you will be happy, the both of you. So maybe one of you isn't as highly educated or doesn't have a good job just yet, or maybe one or both of you have issues with the personality, for example, unhealed childhood issues, unhealed traumas, and being triggered by stuff. So this person feels as if you would work on yourself, your relationship would get better. So I call the divine with love and light, and here we have 10-10. So it seems like they are ready for another go, or they at some point or some plane, like level inside themselves, they feel as this is the time to try again. This is the time to, or try something new, but it doesn't seem, it definitely seems as try again with the 10 here. 10 of Cups being a mutual love, like a two-way street. Both people love each other, but there has been some issues in the relationship that this person is referring to, and that if we work through them and become more independent people, like on our separate ways, we are complete. Like this person is complete, this person is complete, then the relationship can become better. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and here I have a 9 of Wands. It correlates to the 9 of coins that we saw, but I want to take a clarification. I'm feeling bitterness, anger, being tired, being sick and tired. So see what's going on there. Temperance, yes, the work with your own personal growth and seeing the shadow on your outside, meeting it in different people, makes you become angry with those people, even if it's something kind of just point to what you need to develop in yourself, or what you need to deal with within yourself. For example, if you're constantly a victim to other people and their behavior, you need to stop being a victim. Don't let people victimize you. Put boundaries. Get some self-respect. And if people constantly complaining on you, that you're doing things wrong in this or that way, it might be a good time to take a good look in the mirror and see what they're referring to. Okay, so the Temperance card, it shows it's a depiction of the process when we become whole, when we take in our opposite side and we mix it all together. So when you first met, they were 100% themselves, you were 100% themselves, and then you kind of battle things through. And you learn simple things, as you learn to appreciate some of their music that they listen to, or some of the meals that they cooked that was foreign to you. But this also goes for deeper things, as can be political beliefs, world views, how we see other people, how we see ourselves. And also, of course, if the other person has like a very high integrity, we might first try to compensate by getting very low integrity so that we can have a relationship together. Because if both people are very standoffish, it won't be a relationship. But eventually we will learn that that's not the right way to go. It needs to be balanced. It can't be that we are balancing things by yielding, for example. If we are yielding to an oppressive power, that oppressive power will have all the power. What we need to do is, of course, to take power so that there will be a balance between equalities. But that's a very tough process, and it's very hard, and we wish that we didn't have to go through it. We get very disappointed when that happened. This person shouldn't have behaved like this. They shouldn't have acted. They shouldn't have said. They shouldn't have done this. They shouldn't have done that. But they did. And what are you going to do about it is the answer with the Temperance card. How are you going to let yourself evolve to meet this complication? So it has been a tough journey. People are tired, but they have also grown, because without this process, we would still be like children, okay? 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for you. And we want to see, what do they feel? What do they feel? Okay. So I'm just going to tune in for a few seconds to you and the person that you're wondering about, their feelings. So this will be the most likely action, but also the evolution of this relationship. And this is how they feel. So heartbroken, we also saw tired, but also hopeful. So I don't know if this hope is going to show in the rest of the reading, or if we're going to see more of the tiredness, or vice versa, but we'll see where it goes. So 3 of Swords, it shows that the person is it's kind of emptied of a lot of their energy and a lot of their hope, either temporarily or permanently. We'll see. Three of Swords, heartbroken. That's how they feel. And this is the most likely action and the evolution. And we have a Seven of Pentacles. So it seems like they're waiting for you, but in the same time, possibly, like, their hope is waiting for you, but their logic sense is thinking that maybe this isn't, you know, something to build on anymore. Maybe this is too hard. Maybe this is taking too much of a toll on us. Maybe we won't even be able to remain friends in the end. Maybe we will, you know, tear each other apart. So they have a lot of doubts here. The Seven of Pentacles is kind of a block. We want something to grow and be prosperous, but sometimes there's issues that prevents this from happening. And in the meantime, I think this person is trying to figure out those issues. Does this plant need more water to set fruit? Does it need, is it too much water that it has gotten? Does it need more sunlight? Does it need this or more nourishment or more of this or less of that? So it's not totally standstill. It's more a evaluation process. We're trying to figure out, okay, so now I have problems, what to do about them, what's the best way to solve this so I can move forward. So their feelings, and we have this beautiful, harmonious and hopeful Eight of Pentacles here. So even if they are heartbroken, even if they have doubts, their feeling is that they want to continue to work on this situation. This holds very much the similar energy as I felt with the Wheel of Fortune. Even if we kind of feel like we're doing the same crazy thing over and over again, this person is ready to do it once more, okay? Because they love you, the Ten of Cups that we saw. So, and this is their intentions, and we have Judgment. So they want to live up to the divine's highest requirements. They want to be able to understand what it is that they are supposed to do and do it. But it is so hard sometimes to figure out what is the right thing to do, what is the correct action or the correct words to say, or what's wrong or what's right in this situation, or what should I want in comparison to what I do want. And am I entitled to want what I want, or should I want something else? Can be very confusing sometimes to be in a human experience, but it seems as if this person wants to do good. They are not out to do bad things or to do the wrong thing. They're trying to do the right thing. It's just so hard sometimes to know what that right thing is, and there's no real guidance. We can have religion as a guidance, or our inner emotional compass as a guidance, or we can meditate a lot and get answers, but it's not like having conversation with God and the universe, and the universe is telling you, okay, this is your next step, this is what you need to practice on. We kind of need to figure that out ourselves. So this is how they view you, and we have another beautiful 10, the 10 of Pentacles. So it shows that they see you as a person that they want to be with for a foreseeable amount of time. Like, as far as they can see into the future, they are with you. It's kind of indicated that they want to grow old with you and have, a house and a dog and, all your friends together, family together. This is how they view the relationship. And for some reason, we have a King of Swords here. So it definitely seems as they feel the need that people need to stay aware, awake, not let their emotions or triggers drag away with them. And it feels as if they are judging themselves. This is the judge, this is the court. So we'll see. A clarification for the King of Swords, please. The Emperor. Strength. Okay, so they definitely see the need for you both, probably, but I feel like they have higher demands on themselves, that I need to grow up, I need to become like a strong individual, I need to stop thinking about myself and start thinking about other people. I need to be able to see this situation from an above perspective and kind of make the same judgment that God or, you know, someone wise would take, whatever their preference is. So we can have different culture preference and different like idols or mentors, but this person wants to live up to higher expectations. This person wants to be a good person. They want to be a knight in shining armor, and they feel like this is totally necessary, probably for both of you. They might have this high requirements of you too, that you need to shape up, you need to behave better, you can't let yourself be triggered, you can't let yourself spin off like that. So we can see this is major arcana card, Temperance, Emperor, Strength, and it shows a person or people that's able to go through this temperance process, the alchemic wedding of the nice thing is when you have gone through this, you are 200%. You are 100% yours, they were 100% themselves, you were 100% yourself, but when you have battled this through, you will be 200% because you have grown, you have learned other ways of see things, other way of taste things, other way of listen with your music ear, other ways of dealing with conflicts, or other way to see, look at your emotions and other people's emotions. And so you will have expanded, and that's what the universe is all about at this point. And this is the most likely action, or what they would want to have happen. And for some strange reason, we are seeing the Five of Swords here, but I think they have some high requirements, like they have critique going your way. What is the critique? Six of Cups, that's reconciliation. What's the critique they have of themselves? Seven of Cups, I don't know what I want. And what's the critique they have on you? Ten of Swords. So I feel like they are irritated with you for in some way. You are being so nice and becoming the victim all the time. Why don't you defend yourself? Why don't you stand up for yourself? Why don't you say no to them when they do those stupid things? So that's what I feel like. They want like a frame of reference. They want to be able to know, maybe you are that type of person that submisses yourself in a relationship and, you know, try to make things work. And then one day you just want to break up and it's just over for you. And I feel like they are both fearing that, but it's also some level of disrespect, not because they disrespect you as a person, but they disrespect this overly kind energy with you that you just fold over or become a victim to. Sometimes their bad behavior and their abuse, like the things that they need to work on, but it's like you don't point it out, or you point it out, but you point it out in such a way that it's irritating to them. So very strange, but I will try to go deeper into that. We move on here with the most likely action and the evolution. So we have the Fool here. So they definitely want to restart the relationship, but they want to restart it on a very strange level. Five of Swords. So it's like they want to battle things out with you or have a quarrel with you. The Temperance card is 14. Sorry for my squeaky chair. And 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. And all the fives are how we work through the different issues and learning these new things. And then we have made it through the alchemist process. So even if this feels very hostile and it feels like an attack on you, and that they are not trying their best to get your relationship on track, instead it seems as if they're making matters worse by, you know, starting a fight here. But they feel like this fight is necessary, that you need to have this kind of clearing the air. So we'll see. Nine of Cups, the Fool, Nine of Cups. The Fool and Nine of Cups here, they're kind of bragging on how nice it is to be free. So we'll see where it goes. Two of Coins. Well, it was nice for a while. You know, it made them happy for a while, and then it didn't. So I think that there has been some kind of problem between you two. And in that moment when they got really sick and tired of it, they felt like it would be better to be free. But then they came to a point where they started to feel like what they were losing by being free was maybe not worth the price, okay, because they love you. But then you have this hard problem to crack, and it feels like they are almost holding you like to a wall and say, how can we solve this? Like, what are you going to do? Like, how can we make this better? We can't do it in the same way that we did it before. This is making me upset. I'm becoming hysterical here. So that's what I'm feeling. And it's not a nice feeling to have someone, you know, in your face coming with the accusation and putting so much responsibility on you to solve the situation. But as I've seen it, they are putting equally much responsibility on themselves. They just want to see that you are on board and that you are ready to see your issues too, that you are ready to do your part, because you might feel like being in the way that you are, it's perfect, but from their point of view, it's not perfect. It's actually, you know, pissing them off. And 6 of Pentacles, it shows that they want to solve this. They want to, you know, have a quarrel, make things better, clear the air, find a solution, find like a strategy for how to move forward with this. But they might sound impossible, and they're also torn between, you know, the niceness of being single and not having to worry about someone else and just not have these kind of relationships problems. And then between the strong love and the ideas that they have for you and this relationship, that they would want it to continue into like eternity, as far as they can see eternity. And we have 6 here. That's both, they are the Lover's card. This is connected to the Lover's card. This is the actual Lover's card. And with the earth energy of the 6 of Pentacles, it shows like stable progress, trying to compromise, trying to, you know, put your best foot forward, trying to really give of yourself to make the relationship better. So we have 6, 7, 8, we had 9 before, and 10 of Pentacles. So I see really good work is being put in by this person. So clarification for the freedom that they felt here. It wasn't really a freedom. Maybe it was more as if they didn't want what was offered through the relationship because it made them sick and tired over it. Okay, so but it was just temporary. What happened there with the 2 of Pentacles? Page of Pentacles. They started to get hope again and starting to think of you in more positive terms, and but we have this together, and that day was really nice, and I really love this person, and I can see a future. And then the 10 of Pentacles, which is the actual future, so 10. So they started to see like there's good things with this situation too. 3 of Wands. So they are ready for negotiation and trying to fix this. So should you approach them with the idea of you know, having a talk? Knight of Cups. That's not a bad idea. Will they approach you with having a talk? 7 of Swords. Well, if they do, they will probably come in some little bit more hysterical, angry, covered kind of way. It won't be as vulnerable because they are irritated with themselves. They are irritated with you. And so you will see this irritation. It doesn't really matter which one that comes. I think you will solve it anyway. But from this point, and maybe you being so nice is also a side that irritates them a tad bit. So we'll see the reaction if you come. 5 of Cups. Should you wait until they reach out and want to make this talk? Ace of Swords. Well, it seems as if they need to, they can't keep it nice at this point. They don't want to have it nice. They want to talk for real. They don't want to have this, you know, consideration that makes us not say the things that needs to be said or the truth that needs to come out there. They have fear to hurt your feelings, but now they really feel as if things needed to be sorted out on a deep level. So if you come and being nice, maybe that's not an invitation for them to scream at you. So it's better if they can come and, scream at you and tell you that you did this wrong and you shouldn't have behaved like that. And, and if they do, you should really listen. And I don't know, it seems as if they want a quarrel. Maybe that's their, culture way of solving problems. Wheel of Fortune. It doesn't really matter if it's a quarrel. They just want, things to be changed, like a chance of changing. And then you need to talk things through and sort things out. And everything needs to come out in the open air to be discussed. And normally this person might not have been as chatty. But they have come to a, make and break point where they feel as, okay, the old way didn't work, and now they have mustered up a little bit, like a lot of irritation with both themselves and you. So they might need to, have a quarrel. So maybe you should prepare yourself for a quarrel or set up a quarrel, like, we really need to talk, I have an issue with you. Because then they can start to, yeah, I have an issue with you too, I have this and that and that and that. So that maybe you can come to this place where they can actually open up and really tell you what's wrong from their point of view. And if that's a rare occasion, don't miss out by holding them to a standard of what they are allowed to say and not say. Try to really listen to their truth. That can really make you know them as well, so you know what they are about, and you're not going around with pink glasses over your eyes. So try to hear their truth and then make a decision if that's something that you could work with or not. So I think you have a good chance if this goes well with the quarreling, and if you find that the person has the kind of values that's worth building on. And if not, you might need to ask more questions around that value. Okay, so you feel like you could do this and it would be a good thing. Why is this something you long for? What's the need that this would fill? So you could understand them a little bit better, and maybe that will, send a chilling sensation to your whole body and make you feel like, no, that's not for me. That's not something I can accept. And maybe that will be that, and it will go a while, and then you will see, okay, maybe I could accept that. Maybe that's a way to broaden my perspective. Or maybe you would be so happy that you were able to see who they truly were eventually. So it's really, we always need to make decisions based on what we know and what's the wisest thing to do in any situation, even if that means foregoing a person or letting them go. I don't mean that this is where I see this relationship heading, but I want you to be awake and just not being so grateful that now they want to talk and they want to work on the relationship. Well, do you want to work on the relationship? And is there a foundation to work on the relationship? You need to have your eyes open, okay? So I hope this helped. So this reading is about what do they feel, and I will start shuffling your cards using the Witch's Tarot. So when I open your deck here, I see the 9 of Wands with the Page of Cups. It almost makes me giggle a little bit how this person is putting up resistance towards you, when really what this person fears is inside of them. It's like a tsunami wave of feelings is hitting them, but it seems that they think that you are to blame for how they feel inside. That's not entirely true. We have a responsibility for our inner temple, and I think that this person might feel that love is an overwhelming or dangerous feeling. I call the divine with love and light, and we see the 6 of Wands here turning their back towards the Page of Cups. So I think that their more sensitive side to them are not getting the space that it deserves. This person has turned their back. They're sitting on their high horse. They are trying to be proud. They are trying to be stoic, to not be emotional, to not be dragged away by their emotions. They get a lot of pride from how other people view them, and that they are coming across as calm and collected and not a victim to their own passions, feelings, or desires. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we have the 3 of Wands with the Page of Cups. So this person is trying to preoccupy themselves with other things, future plans, dreams and desires that doesn't include their feelings for you. So even though you might feel that your relationship is one of the most important thing in your world, this person is trying to put your relation on 2nd or 3rd or 4th place. And they are doing so because they are scared of the intensity of their feelings for you. So they might talk about travels abroad or their career or what they are going to do without you the next weekend, or the vacation that they would want to go to with their friends, or how they will visit their family, or something else that kind of excludes you. I call the 6 elements, and here we have the 7 of Pentacles with the Page of Cups. This I feel is both you and them, but I will talk about your perspective first. You are kind of waiting for this person to realize their emotions, waiting for them to stop resisting what they feel. And from their perspective, it's kind of showing that this person eventually will start to, they will take a halt, they will take a pause, they will stand and take a glimpse at least on what they are feeling and what this could mean for the rest of their life. The potential for your relationship, where it can take them. It is as if they shiver to go on board on a ship to a strange land. They might be tempted by it, but they also feel like the wisest thing would be to deny it. Okay. 6 elements. Earth, High Priestess. Okay, so you're a little bit dangerous in their eyes. Earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading. 10 of Cups. The love is mutual. It's just that this person denies it. To give us a clear view reading about what they feel about you. I want you to have love in your life and to find yourself in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay. I will tune in for a few seconds to you and what this person feels for you. So, this is their next move in the relationship and also the evolution of the relationship. And this is their, what do they feel? And we have the Strength card here. So they definitely feel like you have taken power over them that you shouldn't own. This girl should have no power over the lion, and yet so it is. So they feel like they are almost becoming a pussycat in your arms and being stolen away from all their mighty powers, so that you're weakening them and maybe making them a more human or softer around the edges, or with a warmer heart. Maybe they feel the blood pumping through their veins in a way that is unfamiliar to them and that freaks them out or scares them. But this card is also called Lost, so I'm guessing a lot of their feelings for you is lost. This is their next move. And we have the Two of Swords. So this person is in resistance towards your relationship. They don't want to know about their deep feelings for you because they feel as if they give in to these feelings, they will lose control over their own life, over their own future plans, what they want, what they don't want. They don't want to be the tame circus lion whipped by your supremacy. They want to be their own persona, so they are trying to fight their emotions with indifference and just not looking in the direction of their own emotion or feeling into how they feel. So this is their intentions, and we have the star card here. It's a very intensive card. It shows that this person, from the moment that they first laid eyes on you, they knew that there was something special with you, that you already had a strong connection. They might have very powerful dreams about you. They might feel as if they have known you from somewhere before. And that's probably true. It's definitely seems as if you have a soulmate connection. And this is this person's feelings. And we have another 2, how this person is blocking their heart to not feel anything, instead preoccupying their mind with their plans, what they will do with their time when you are not with them. So they are making this a priority, to close their heart and kind of run away from you. You will always feel as if they are running away from you. What they're really running away from is themselves and their own feelings that they are scared of. That it will take away their free will, basically. So this is how they view you. The Tower, like an outer-worldly power that shoots down their power, that makes their crown fall to the ground and make them lose all their dignity, all their leverage, everything that they have built up for themselves. It's just gone with a strike of one of your lightnings. So in more everyday speech, this person would be scared that you will start to dictate and control their life, and where to go on vacation, what kind of house to buy, what kind of car to buy, what kind of life to live, which people to visit, which to not visit, who should be your friends, not be your friends, what clothes am I allowed to wear, what hobbies or leisure pleasures am I allowed to do. So that's their like awakened fear, what they know, but the fear goes deeper than that. It's a fear of their own being, of their own vulnerability, of the power in their own love. So this is how they view your relationship, and it's a Page of Pentacles. So they can't help by being tempted by this relationship, as they feel it is destined. They kind of want to know or see where it's going. So it's like they have one foot in the relationship with you and one in resistance towards the whole relationship here, and planning on grand things to do while in the world. But they have a deep curiosity about your relationship, and it seems like they won't be able to just let it go. It's you have kind of sparked their interest in a way that's hard to get rid of or shake off. So this is what they would want to happen, what they dream of, what they feel truly in their heart, and it's a Knight of Cups. So it seems like in the bottom of it all, they are your willing servant, and that is what freaks them out the most. They are seeing themselves as the big bad wolf, or as the person in power of and control, like the person living in a tower and wearing this crown with pride. But really their heart is the one of a youngster or a knight, or someone that gives up their life for another. So that might be one of the issues here, that this person is the easiest way for authority, and whatever control they have been able to gain in their life comes from resistance towards authority. It might be that they still listen to what their mom and dad says, or what their sibling says, or what their friend says, or what government dictates. And it's because this is in the bottom of it all, this is a really kind person. It's a person that wants to do good and and wants to be a good force in the world. But then what about me? This person said, is there's nothing left for me? Am I just to be a slave for other people's will, for other people's ideas of what they want to build in their life? Am I just a tool for them to fulfill themselves, or do I have a purpose of my own? So it's so easy for this person to lose themselves in others, so that's why they have this heavy defense. So it's not ill-willed, it's just basically self-preservation. They're trying to not be too tame and just becoming a tool in someone else's life, and not be a person of their own with their own dreams and fulfillments. So they would, if they would follow their natural self, they would be content by, I don't know, building you a porch, or buying your groceries, or combing your hair, or topping up your bath, or whatever it is that you need. And this person is scared of that part of them, because it annihilates their own persona, their own dreams. They become this servant to the people that they love and cherish. So that's their problem. You might see them acting like this in other relationships. Maybe they honor their parents like this, or elderly aunt or uncle, or that they have a friend that they run to as soon as this person calls. So this is the most likely action. And we have the Four of Swords and the Magician. So we're seeing that this person is eagerly trying to keep their control and kind of close you out. Both the Two of Swords and the Four of Swords speaks of a person trying to keep their cool and to not be engaged in the moon and their feelings. And this is them taking power of and control and planning for their own life. And they might make plans that's contradictory towards the plans that you would want them to make, but it's a statement for them to win their freedom. With the Eight of Cups, it doesn't seem like this goes particularly well for this person. It's something fundamentally missing. I try to understand what it is. Some people are just followers, while others are leaders. But is this the state of the world, or is this just an imbalance in relationships? And maybe this person holds back their dreams so other people can be able to fulfill theirs. And sometimes kindness in their heart makes them a slave to all these people's opinions, and they get like entangled with this. So I'm seeing them fighting a bitter fight inside of themselves and losing. They're still this victim to other people's thinking. And it's not because other people are harsh with them or cruel with them. It's because they listen to everyone, whatever they speak. It's so important for this person to be liked and loved and appreciated, or that people think well of them. So they probably oscillate between being very rebellic and not caring a thing about what you say or what you do, and on the other hand, maybe being overgiving in other situations. So they haven't really found a good balance point in their life. This whole weakness of them makes them into a liar. So they will tell a lot of lies to cover up for the things that they are not allowed to do. Let's say that they promise to go to the movie together with you to see a certain newly released cinematic experience. But when you finally go to the movies to see this with them, you notice that they already know the movie. It seems like they actually got a hand of a early release and watched it at home all alone, downloaded from the internet, this movie that they were supposed to see and share with you. So these are the kind of things that they are rebelling with. Small, petty things, and that it's like they are pinching you with a needle, and it's hurtful for you because you want to build something together with this person, and they seem to sabotage it with small childish lies and an elbow to your side, as if they look onto you with their kind eyes and say, yes, wonderful, I want to see this movie with you, and then you expose them in the lie when they already know what's going to happen in the movie because they've seen it all before. So a lot of petty lies, but it's just to they both rebelling, doing the thing that they are not allowed to do in the relationship with you, both from their own view and from your view. If we are promised something, we keep it. So they try to honor this, but in some same time they're rebelling both against you and their own will of honoring it, by doing something a little bit shitty actually, and then lying about it. So complicated, but what we basically see is a very weak person that turned the coat after the wind, and that it's like a little japping dog that doesn't have the courage to stand their ground in front of a big dog, but when the fence comes in between, then it's another matter, and the little dog is yapping like it was the leader of the whole neighborhood, and we all know that that's not true. So this is what's going on with your person here. Two of Cups. But in the end, they do love you. The question is if you can love a person that's so weak and dishonest, and that can't stand for a squat. But I think it's because they go to the extremes, extremely rebellic, just closing you out, turning their back towards you, ignoring your feelings, ignoring your needs. And in the next moment, when their father calls and say that they need help with painting the house, this person scoopity scoop, like they were, you know, the errand boy to these people. So it will be hard to respect a person like this and to have an equal relationship, because they are going to act very childish and weak in both their extremes, both in their rebellion and in their sucking up to people. Okay, so I'm going to look at the wisdom of the hidden realms to see what's the advice in this situation. Keeper of Scales, fairness, balance. The best way to balance this is you can't change another person. So the best thing how to balance this is to balance yourself. So when you know that you're asking more from the person than what they want to give, don't. And obtain more freedom for yourself to plan and do all those things. Don't always include them. Don't always have them in your plans. To balance this, you need to take some of their territory. So what will be left for them to deal with is your territory, where you try to keep this relationship together. So the less you push or pull in this person, and kind of let them be who they are, know that this is a fragile person, and what you say to this person is going to be something that they will endlessly think about and grind through and try to find, how can I exist in this, and how can I make this person happy, and how can I still be myself but still not making them angry with me. And there's no solution to this, so they will both try to not make you angry, and they will rebel and do their own thing. So better is to take a step back. Don't have the same expectations as on this person as you would have on an equal or a normal romantic partner, or whatever partner this person is. It can be your child maybe, or it's someone that you're supposed to work together with. It can be different. But it might also repeat in some of your relationships that you have multiple people doing you like this. And it probably comes as a symptom of you being so sure You have self-esteem. You can tame a lion. You are not scared. You know what you want. You tell people what you want. You don't force them to go along with you. But if they say yes, you believe that they say yes because they want to say yes, not because they want to say no and run in the other direction. So you believe people to be honest. This person isn't honest. They are the opposite of you. So you don't have to become dishonest to balance up this relationship, but you might have to play a little bit of a game. And the game is called when this person starts to rebel, don't push or pull. Just say, okay, that will be nice. I hope you will have fun with your friends, and wave them goodbye. Or if you expose them in one of their petty lies, for example, they already seen this movie and you say, oh, you are such a spoiler. You always, you can't ever, you're so curious. You can't ever stand in anticipation and wait for something good. Of course, you have already seen it. And then laugh and, you know, pet this person on the back and give them, you know, your Coke or your candy or something. Just de-dramatize all these kind of things that they make such a big deal of inside their head. If you don't put up the push and pull and the resistance, they don't have any reason to fight you anymore, and they might like magic become more normal and finally feel like they have found a person that let them be them without judging them so harshly. Okay, so I hope this helped, and if you ever need my service again, you know where to find me. So take really good care, and bye for now.